Right then, straight back into it. Now that I've had some kip, right. Is Lou DiBella a good promoter, Porky? Joe in Edinburgh. Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame promoter, Lou DiBella. He knows what he's on with. And yeah, he has started promoting with the class of 2000 from the Olympics, Jermaine Taylor, all them guys from Olympics in 2000. So yeah, Lou DiBella is a Hall of Fame promoter. He also owns a baseball team as well, doesn't he, in Florida or something. Google him, Lou DiBella. He's a proper passionate man about boxing, so yeah, I like Lou DiBella. 26, Porky, is Usyk another signing by Earn in the Ortiz bracket to swerve Joshua as he's another southpaw? Tony in Lincoln. A lot of questions about Usyk. Yes, that's a possibility. They signed Luis Ortiz, didn't they, to keep him away from Joshua, because Joshua struggles with top southpaws. Everything's a total opposite, innit, with southpaws. So yes, they've probably signed Usyk to keep him away from Joshua. Joshua, the last person to beat him, was Roberto Camarelli, the Italian guy in the world. He beat him, didn't he? And everybody thought he beat him in the Olympics as well. It were a draw, wasn't it, 18-18, but they gave it Joshua on count back, didn't they? Because it's home, wasn't it? It was at home in London. Joshua only won 1 out of 4 fights, didn't he, really? And he only beat the Chinaman, and he was no good anyway. So, but yes, they've probably signed Usyk to keep him away from Joshua. Good business sense by Eddie Hearn, protecting his investment. He always thinks, a few steps ahead. Question 27, who's most cringeworthy boxer you have ever met, Porky? That's Paul in Scotland. Who's the most cringeworthy boxer I have ever met? I don't really know. Probably Ross Birkinshaw. He was cringeworthy. I felt he was cringeworthy at times. Ross felt that he could get in anywhere anyway, and he came out with a line once and he said, "Don't you know who I am?" Now, I don't fucking like out like that. And this bloke said, "No, I've never fucking heard of you, mate." And that was cringeworthy, and that's the only time it's ever happened to me when I've been out with a boxer. And I thought that were a bit cringy, let it send down there. But, it's each to their own. I ain't got a problem with Ross. But he's most cringeworthy boxer. There's probably more cringeworthy ones I've met. They just don't behave like that in my company. 28, Porky, why would Bellew say every fight has to be on the line or belt? Oh, why would Bellew say every belt has to be on the line or he won't fight Usyk? As since when has belts mattered to Bellew? That's Ricky in Pontefract. It's for pound status. Should belts matter when Bellew's a cruiserweight world champion and so is Usyk? Yeah, I can see that. I think Bellew's angling to fight Usyk at heavyweight. I don't think he's swerving Usyk, but I think he wants to fight him at heavyweight and have an advantage and not be paying sanctioning fees to 4 governing bodies, because that's 12% of the gate. You're gonna lose 12% of the total gate, aren't you, to governing bodies? So why would Bellew want to pay that? Why would he want to pay that when he can just fight Usyk at heavyweight, and then Eddie Hearn gets all the belts freed up, doesn't he? He can spread them about amongst whoever he wants and pimp them out and get money off certain promoters and stuff like that. He can say the next in line for a certain belt, say the WBO or IBF, might not be Eddie Hearn fighters. It might be Calla fighters or Gary Shaw fighters, and they might say, Eddie, step up to heavyweight with Usyk and we'll give you X amount of money because we're next in line to fight for a vacant belt. And he'll pawn them off, won't he? And he'll pimp them out. So, pimp my ride, he'll pimp my belt. So, that's just how it is, isn't it? So, Bellew probably wants to fight Usyk, but he wants every advantage and he wants to create as much money in his last fight. So, if that means being safe and fighting at heavyweight, and having more money in pot because there's no belts at stake, so be it. I mean, the criteria now doesn't mean it has to be a heavyweight title fight or a title fight for pay-per-view, because Bellew's just had 3 pay-per-views cleverly and 2 hay ones with no title online. There were no world titles for him, were there? So, and who gives a shit about belts anyway? I don't. But I think they should come out and tell us what the criteria is. Do you know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. Everybody's got them. Question 29. What fighters, Porky, do you like from the old days? Ralph in Birmingham. Jack Sharkey, Jack Dempsey, Carmine Basilio, Rocky Marciano, Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta. Question 30. Porky, pay-per-view on Sky has gone up £3, yet the cards are much worse. That's from Dale in Wolverhampton. Dale Nichols. Yeah, the cards are getting shitter and the pay-per-views have gone up £3. Yeah, you're right, Dale. Question 31. What happened to Fight Pass? Porky, we were also promised title fights every Saturday night regular on Sky when it wasn't pay-per-view night. Yet not one male world title in 2018 that's been promoted on a Sky show yet. That's true, there hasn't been a world title in 2018 on a Saturday night regular show, apart from Katie Taylor's, but we're not going to count that. So yeah, Eddie went back on his word there, caught him out yet again. Got a right file on Eddie here, haven't we? He tells more lies than Tom fucking Pepper. 32, question 32. Who did you used to follow from around your area, Porky, in boxing? Jimmy in Wadhurst. Clifton Mitchell, I used to follow him. Kev the Rock Burton. Steffi Bull, followed him for a bit. Fucking world class one is Steffi Bull. Jesus. Icing people. Only thing Steffi were icing were his Bacardi and Coke at Conyers on a Sunday dinner time. Question 33. Porky, what sport do you like outside of boxing as regards watching and playing? Dean in Bawtry. I like pool. I like... that's about it really. Pool and odd game of snooker. I like billiards as well. I like watching football, cricket. I like watching them. Odd time I might watch NASCAR, like that. Rally car racing, like that. Question 34. Who's the fastest puncher you have ever seen, Porky, live? And who's fastest puncher you have seen in all of boxing at all weights? Mark in London. I've seen Andre Dirrell. I've seen him. He were fast close up when he fought the Cobra. Andre Dirrell, very fast. And the fastest I've seen on TV, you'd have to say Amir Khan, wouldn't you? Amir Khan. That's Mark in London. Question 35. Who's #1 promoter in boxing, Porky? Dennis in Doncaster. Eduardo Hearn. Question 36. Have you always been so ugly, Porky, and are your kids full-time mongs? That's from Heedy627 on YouTube. That's what I have to put with. I'm not blessed with good looks, am I? But my kids are gorgeous. Any person who says that the kids are not gorgeous, when they're 5-year-old, 6-year-old, well, they're not real parents, are they? But there you go. So good luck to you, Heedy627 on YouTube. 37. When did you go full hardcore, Porky, in boxing? Chris in Manchester. I don't know what you mean by full hardcore, but I suppose when internet came out, I suppose, wasn't it? It's always been hardcore, but when internet, you can voice your opinion, can't you? I suppose. Question 38. Is Joe Goosen a good trainer? Mike in New Jersey. Obviously, yeah, he's trained people in the past, hasn't he? the most famous one in my opinion. He trained Diego Corrales, didn't he? When he fought Castillo, probably one of the greatest fights of all time. And Corrales came back, didn't he, and stopped him. So yeah, Joe Gooson's a great trainer. He's training Amir Khan. They've not been beat, have they? So far 2-0, aren't they? 2 wins. Question 39. Porky, your videos are brilliant and you're very funny, but do you feel that you're getting too cocky in your old age now you have got this channel? Johnny Berry. I don't know. I've always had a bit of edge to me, but if anybody who knows me will know that I'm a pretty decent person. I've got morals and that. But I suppose I have got a bit of edge to me at times, yeah. I think when you spend over 10 years in prison, you've got to have a bit of cockiness just to get through it, haven't you? So I've been to places in my life and also places of despair in my life that you probably would struggle at going to and probably wouldn't be able to get out of that situation. But what can you do? So question 40. What do you think, as a fan, of the abuse that the Sky presenter Anna Woolnock got, where she was told she should die and was sent death threats? Michael in Kent. It's not very nice for her. I don't know what she'd done to deserve that. Probably nothing. It's just social media for you, isn't it? We all get wound up at times, but I don't know. It's a woman, isn't it? If she'd done not wrong to say that, and what could she have done wrong to be told that? So I don't agree with it, and the people should be ashamed who've done it, shouldn't they? But it's just social media, innit, I suppose. 41. Porky, why was Glenn McCrory not given a new contract at Sky? Jim in Bury. You'd have to ask Glenn McCrory that. I'm not going to put Glenn's business on here. I do know that the reason, but I'm not going to put it on here. Question 42. Why did Adam Smith get so defensive when asked on IFL about why Wilder AJ hasn't happened? Ray in Liverpool. Probably because Adam Smith wants to keep AJ as their cash cow. They're not going to put him near Wilder so he gets knocked out. AJ's not the finished article. They'll put him near Wilder when AJ's on top of the hill coming down and Wilder's on his way down. That's when you get them sort of fights, like the Mayweather Pacquiao, the Roy Jones Hopkins, when they've got nowhere else to go. You know, like the Hay Bellew coming to end of their careers, the Manny the Kell Brook, Amir Khan. You know, them sort of fights where there's nowhere else to go. Adam Smith's there to generate money for Sky, so Adam Smith's going to be defensive about it, innit? But Adam Smith, deep down, knows at the bottom of his heart, his job depends on Joshua. Take Joshua away from Matchroom, they are in shit street, aren't they? So they're going to have to milk that all they can. That's why they fetched Ersk on board, because if Joshua gets took out by somebody, they're going to set Ersk on them, aren't they? Because believe you me, they need a plan B for Joshua to dominate. So, alright. Now they've now got a plan B with Ersk. They've got somebody who's as good as Joshua. He's a gold medal Olympian. And he's a southpaw and he's multi-skilled. Now they're going to keep away from Joshua. But they might use Ersk to get at Wilder and to get at Tyson Fury and to get that other belt and cause a domination. Because they're not going to use Joshua to get Wilder, are they? They're going to use somebody else. Now Ersk is not as marketable as Joshua, is he? So they're going to throw Ersk to Wilder. That's my opinion. So they're going to let Ersk deal with Wilder. Because Dillian White, that fight ain't come off with Wilder, has he? Although I don't think Dillian's frightened of him. That fight ain't come off with him. They need Dillian for Joshua. Now they're going to use Ersk to get at Wilder. That's my opinion. He's going to do Joshua's dirty work for him. So Question 43. Will Bellew versus Usyk happen? Robert in Drofield. I've gone on about that. I think it might happen. If it does, it'll be at heavyweight. It will not be at cruiserweight. Will Carl Froch come back, Porky? John in Leeds. I've already said that. No. I don't think he will. He's had his teeth done and he's had his nose done. He look alright, his nose and his teeth now. Question 45. Porky, do you think Adam Smith, admitting he used to commentate age 10 into a dictaphone in the late 70s, early 80s, in his bedroom at home on a night time, do you think that's quite sad? I had an Atari at that age and a BMX. Do you think Adam Smith is old before his time? Kind of like William Hague was old before his time at the 77, is it? I can't read that. At the 1970s Tory rally in Brighton. Remember William Hague's speech on YouTube? Google William Hague Tory speech, 16-year-old or something. He was old before his time, wasn't he? Well, I think Adam Smith admitting on that interview the other day on IFL that he was 10-year-old and he was in his bedroom at night and he was commentating into a dictaphone on the Hagler fights and stuff like that. I think Adam Smith doing that proves that he is a fucking helmet and quite sad, isn't he? Cringeworthy. Could you imagine being in your class next to Adam Smith? Everybody's got a head bag or a Puma bag and Adam Smith's got a fucking briefcase, hasn't he? And a pencil case. His only boy in the class at school's got a fucking pencil case. Unbelievable. But yeah, what do I think of that? Yeah, I think he's a fucking total dweeb. He's a gimp. Question 46. Porky. What's with the trick shots on Twitter? Why haven't you put any more on Twitter? Raymond in Leicester. Because I had time, Raymond. I have other things to do. Question 47. Would Ali beat Mike Tyson? Ron in Leeds. Yeah, of course he beat Mike Tyson. Fucking Ali's Ali, innit? Could do anything, Ali. He's Superman. He even came out to Superman's song, didn't he? Question 48. Porky, why do you always do your videos of late in your car? Is it cause your missus kicked you out, or is it cause a 17-year-old 9-stone youth ran you out of Doncaster and you live in a hotel? From Trollhunter92 YouTube. P.S. It says on YouTube that. Yeah, I've seen it on the questions. Somebody called Chris King has put on some of my videos that you probably listen now, Chris King. You say you're from Doncaster, from Conisborough. Dave Allen doesn't even know you. I asked him, so why make shit up? But the day the question that the kid put out, well, last week, was it on Monday? I think I did a video that day and had a black shirt on. I think people could see that my face had not been battered, or with the white shirt video. I don't know, people just come out with stuff, don't they, to cause trouble, saying I'm a... So they've said all sorts about me, haven't they? I'm a peeping Tom, a rapist, shag dogs and interfere with owls or something. And why would I interfere with an owl? I don't know. I just ignore it now. Well, obviously I don't, because I've brought it up, but I'm answering your question, Mr. Trollhunter. It's obviously not true, but I'm not in my car now doing a video, am I? I have done them in my car because I can get things done. I'm that busy. I can go from one place to another. It might be a 30-minute drive, 20-minute drive. I can get camera out, so that's why I do them in car, and I can get it done then. And then when I get home, I can do what I've got to do. I'm in the middle of moving house at the moment, you see, and decorating and stuff. So is that all right with you, Mr. Trollhunter? Question 49. Was Darren Barker any good? Marcus in Doncaster. I didn't rate him personally, and why I'm not keen on Darren Barker is he had a bad hip injury and everybody in boxing at Matchroom knew about it. And when he got to fight Sturm in Germany, his hip came out after about 20 seconds into the fight. and apparently he'd done no training leading up to it. He'd just dieted, so basically it was just a fight for Darren Barker to get money. So all them fans who went over there to support him and bet on him at bookies, they were robbed up, weren't they? But that's the dark side of boxing. And Darren Barker, what I heard, was ashamed of himself for what he did. So, and he never took the rematch clause because he felt that bad about it. He knew he took that fight and he weren't fit, but he worked all his life to get to that position. So, I don't know. He did come out swingers, didn't he? When a fighter comes out swingers, he's usually injured. He comes out swingers in first round, like Scotty Cardle did against Ritson, and like Darren Barker did. So, like Nicky Cook did against Ricky Burns. So, it is what it is, isn't it? It's where the fighters all patched up and that. And that's probably what Kell Brook will do against Carney. He'll come out swingers. So, question 50. Who's best media guy in boxing as regards boxing that you have, boxing media people that you have met and seen? Johnny in Kirkcaldy, that's up north, isn't it? I'd probably say Steve Bunce. He's probably the best boxing media guy I've met. I like Steve Bunce. Question 51. I might as well do these ones here that I wasn't going to do. So there's only a few. Question 51. Who's K official Porky? Joan in Scunthorpe. I've explained all that. I know they're K official. So, but I've never met them, to be honest. K official. I've never met them. Spoke to them on the phone. They seem nice people. Never met them. But according to Stig, he introduced me to them. Isn't that right, Stig? Question 52. Would you go back to work with Dennis, Porky, Shelley and Rothwell? No, I don't think I would. But I wish Dennis Hobson all the best. But no, I wouldn't work with Dennis again. Not in boxing anyway. So no, I wouldn't. But like I said, I wish him all the best. Question 53. Barker broke phone in for money. What does that mean? Oh yeah. I've just mentioned that, and I've just mentioned about that. Yeah. Question 54. Question 53. Was Darren Barker thrown in for money in the fight in Germany? Yeah. We've mentioned that. Question 54. Hearn. Will Eddie Hearn want all the belts freeing up for a Coley? Yeah, he will, yeah. The Ersk belts. If he goes to heavyweight, he'll want them freeing up, yeah. Question 55. Do you think somebody is going to get hurt, Porky, sooner or later on an Eddie Hearn show? That's from Andrew in Edlington, Doncaster. Yes, I do think somebody's going to get hurt, and I'm just going to, off top of my head, I'm going to give you a few... I'll tell you a few fights that I think where people could have really seriously got hurt. Kell Brook, Triple G, where he got his face smashed in, didn't he? Eye sockets. One was fractured and one was shattered. So, Bellew against Usyk. Bellew could get hurt at cruiserweight in that one, taking all that punishment for 12 rounds. Trust me, Bellew don't want that at cruiserweight. It's more money for him at heavyweight and it's safer, so he'll want it at heavyweight. Errol Spence against Kell Brook. Why would you fight a big puncher like that straight after Golovkin after an injury like that? Barker Sturm. He was injured going into the fight and his hip came out again. Gavin Reese-Broner, he had a concussion, didn't he? Lee Purdy against Devon Alexander. Lee Purdy, hardly an amateur career, and he was in a sauna, wasn't it? Day before fight, they had him in a sauna 2 hours with Barry Hearn. That just shows you what the Hearns think of their fighters, doesn't it? They got fined fight board for that. Paul Smith against Andre Ward, he got smashed to bits, didn't he, Paul Smith? Stephen Smith nearly lost an ear against that guy, shouldn't have been in with him. Dave Allen had all his mouth smashed in, his tongue hanging out his mouth against Ortiz. Brian Rose, he had his nose snapped in about 4 different places against Andrade. I could go on and on and on with them sort of fights. Sooner or later, somebody is going to get hurt on an Eddie Hearn show. Alright? So that's it. You've had a good old do at me out these part 1 and part 2 of these questions. Keep them coming in for next month. and I'll do another one. I don't like to do them all the time, but because it takes too long to pick best questions out. But as soon as I get the next batch of questions, I'll pick another batch out of them. Yeah, them other ones they were just too personal to come out with. That's why I just read that one out, the one troll question. But the other 70 questions, or 72 I think, they were all personal and disgusting. So you should be ashamed of yourselves. But onwards and upwards, I'm very happy. We're pushing towards 1,000 subscribers with the channel now. Then we're affiliated. I think we're on about 950 odd now. So I'm going to sit down with SIS Digital then once we're affiliated, and hopefully we can move forward. You never know what's going to happen, do you? It's only a hobby. We're not aiming to take over world domination. It's just an opinion. This channel, we're just giving opinion to what's out there, what you're being told, and then you can make your mind up. You'll get Sky's version, BT's version, Frank Warren's, Eddie's version, and the pundit's version. Then you'll get my fucking version, and then it's up to you to use your loaf as to regards what's going on. But we're only a small minority of people. We're not in the thousands and thousands. It's just an opinion. Don't take it to heart, alright? Keep on trucking. Shout out to K Official, Elliot Churchill's Tailors, and the Tea Leaf Company Brighton. Justin, how are you doing, Justin? I hope you're listening. Thank you for your Instagram messages, and thank you for the stuff that you sent in the post to the garage. Brilliant. I'll put a picture up this week of it all. I'm going to try it this week. I know that some of the stuff you said, so you can do detoxes on them, can't you? I'm going to try a detox on some of them teas that you sent. Can you have, Justin, you'll have to Instagram me, Justin. It's Porkies_corner, or Twitter me. It's on Twitter. It's @BigVern44_. But can you tell me, can you put milk, semi-skim milk in green tea or strawberry tea or any of them teas that you sent and stuff? Can you put milk in with them? And them tea leaf ones that are no tea bags. How do you make a cup of tea with no tea bags? Do you do it is it through a strainer or something? I don't understand how all that works. I don't understand all that. Do you need like a small strainer and do you put that in the tea bag and then you just lift it out the bag or so, or do you do it in a pot? Or out the cup or so? I don't understand. I'm a tea bag man, you see. Mining village, you see, Justin. Mining village. But thank you for the stuff anyway. Alright. You take care. You said it'll get there, didn't you? So it should be there tomorrow, shouldn't it? So when I go, but thank you. The picture you sent me looks alright, doesn't it? So I'm going to try it. So alright, thank you very much. Keep on trucking, everybody. Keep on supporting boxing, and keep on supporting Eddie Hearn and Adam Smith and Joshua and Bellew and all them, because they want all your monies off you. £20 pay-per-views. Don't forget the Joshua fight this Saturday. Stream it. VIPbox.com. Have a bit of a play around with it from 6 o'clock onwards and you'll get it up there. VIPbox.com. Alright? Don't pay for your Sky pay-per-view. Only helmets pay for it. Ta-ta.